Alright, Captains, it is time for the German Navy's Tier 10 battleship, For der Kurfürst, aka the Gruber, aka Hans Gruber.
This is something else.
AKA, in Fetch's opinion, the best damn Tier 10 BB currently in game by a fair margin. That's because this Kurfürst felt like a glove from the start, from get-go game 1. It was wrecking cruiser citadels left, right, and center, even with the 406s, as you've been seeing thus far, as each of the highlights have been with the 406 guns. Food for thought, Captains. And of course, it has to be said at that point, though, I wasn't using the reload mod for my main guns. I was using it for my secondary batteries because I thought I was going to go full on secondary spec. So I didn't have the reload mod. That's why it's around 29 seconds for the 406s, which is the stock reload rate. As you can see, she has no problem chewing through the citadels of cruisers and battleships, Hindenburgs, Edinburghs, of course, Edinburghs, everybody pins those puppies, and Donskoys. But the 406s can bring the pain, Captains, and it definitely is food for thought as to whether or not to stay with them or step your game up to the 420s. I, of course, have stepped up the game to the 420 zone, in part because I wanted to get a fuller understanding of the ship for when I do this review. And I gotta be honest with you, Captains, it was kinda hard to tell the difference, because kicking butt with 406s and kicking butts with 420s feels a lot alike. Oh my word. Sit-wrecking citadels, Moskvas, Donskos, Des Moines, oh my. It matters not if you're a cruiser. You have a citadel, I will punch it right in the mouth. Speaking of punching in the mouth, little DDs best be warned too. I'm coming for you. As you're seeing from this highlight, this was my very first game with my 420s. And just sit-wrecking guys left and right. Moskva, Iowas, Moskvas again. I knew this was a match made in glorious heaven. And I haven't looked back at the 406s since. It's a tough one, Captains. I get into that kind of zone where I really get comfortable with these 420s and these upgrades with this ship. And I feel about the old adage of, if it ain't broke, well, don't fix it. And son, this ship with the 420s sure as shit ain't broke. Oh my word. Because it is devastating strike after devastating strike. Ouch. After devastating strike. Hello, Minotaur. From way downtown. Oh, on and on and on. Even when you carry it on into the little scumbags of them all, the little destroyers, do not be afraid to unleash the fury of your big guns on those little ships and send them to packing in pain. My oh my, even kebabs gotta be warned at range. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oodaloo, you're fast, but not fast enough. Oh. Because while we all know about the 1-2 combination between the main guns and secondary batteries, but every now and then, your main guns can do the job all by themselves. Touchdown! And of course, the satisfaction carries on when you're fighting against the biggest uglies of them all, your fellow battleships, including the now wannabe big dog Yamato herself. Double sit, good night. This GK is all about the brawl, and that brawling range starts at around 15 kilometers and only gets better as you get closer. For der Kurfürst. Because to complement her armor, she's armed with 12 cannons and a pretty good speed to boot to race around enemy flanks or charge right into the competition and start throwing haymakers left and right, rocking these citadels time and time and time again. Holy Montana. And what I say about taking a beat and keep on ticking, come on Bismarck, going for the ram, boo your ram attempt, because I am the Kurfürst. I just brush it off and sail forward, because it's all about the brawl in this thing. If you're trying to ram opponents in this ship, oh, shame on you, be shame, because look at this brawling with the Kurfürst and the Yami, just banking that Kurfürst at the distance. Here comes the Yamato, fire my rear turrets, best turrets, and bing, 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 look at that, oh my word, shame, shame, shame. Front turrets are locked and loaded, ready to fire, oh, whack, 4 citadels, devastating strike, Yamato. Yes, that's right, Captains. This ship is all about the brawl, closing the distance as best you can. Of course, that is with a big old asterisk of making sure the flamethrowers on the other enemy team are gone. Hopefully you have an understanding where the destroyers are at the same time, and or your fleet decided to put on the big boy pants and roll with you. Because, oh my goodness, as you saw from this highlights, the GK likes to get in and bang. Oh my word. Now, like I've said, I have enjoyed this ship from day one in her. My 406 experiences were great. My 420, that first game was just outrageous. And I haven't looked back since. So I have one full replay I have planned to show for you guys, which highlights a lot of the benefits of the Kurfürst. And then I have a mini one to boot that should just kind of accent the overall theme of brawling in this beast of a ship. So as always, check for the timestamps in the description box below. But if you're in for the long haul, grab yourself something to snack on, kick your feet up, and enjoy. Alright, Captains, this first match sees us top tier. On the map, Warrior's Path, a pretty nice spread of tier 10s, but only 2 DDs. Hopefully we can push into these caps and take over. Alright, Captains, for my captain skills, this is something that I just recently switched to, because originally I had been going for the second catapult fighter, but I kept on losing turrets, at least incapacitating turrets, throughout every single game. I would lose at least 1 turret or 2 turrets throughout the course of a match, not permanently, but just for attempt time, and that got too frustrating, so I decided to just go for the preventative maintenance instead, and I actually have seen a difference in the incapacitation of my turrets. So something to think about. Preventative maintenance, expert marksman to turn them turrets a lot faster, BFT to increase the reload rate of my secondary batteries, superintendent for extra heal packs, AFT for increased range to my secondaries, and of course manual secondaries. I probably will go for adrenaline rush in the future, but there is always a case to be made about going for IFHE, manual AA, and of course the basics of survivability. But that's what I get, and that's what I'm rolling with. In my modules, you can see my third slot, I do now have the reload for my main guns. I had originally gone for the reload for my secondaries because I thought, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be an uber secondary love fest. But, you know, when I went to the 420s, I wanted to get a little bit faster reload rate. So I went for the reload to the main batteries. That's definitely more food for thought if you are thinking about going for the 406 route, because that will bring your reload rate down to like 25 or 26 seconds, which is pretty nice for the GK. Of course, run premium consumables, and for my flags, the standard package for battleships to reduce fires, floods, and increase AA, because damn you, Sky Kids. Alright, now we are rolling into the B cap, and we are detected. There is a little scumbag right in front of us somewhere. I'm rolling into the B cap, following our 2 destroyers, who are divisioned together with a Missouri in tow who's bringing the radar, I'm bringing the hydro, bringing my secondaries, and somebody's trying to bring some pain on me right now, probably the Neptune. I can see where his shots are originating from, even though he's concealed in smoke, so I'm going to fire all 12 guns into that smoke on that pause, and... oh, 4,400 points of damage. Alright, well, there is the enemy Fletcher, there's a Yamato down there as well, too. Now, there were only 2 enemy destroyers, so there's one. The other one is probably in the A cap. That probably got switched a little bit too soon to be anybody other than a destroyer. So 1 Fletcher right there. Our 2 Z46 and Fletcher and Missouri are rolling in, and I want to get into the game. I want to get into the action, help these guys out. I'm rolling with this division. I recognize one of the boys who is a pretty good player, so I want to try to help these guys out. I know that they know what they're doing, and I want to try to lend them my support. Because hopefully if we can boss this section, we can definitely remove some of these pieces from the board and change the game for all flavor. Because you look at our western cap right now, Lemming Train is just gone wonko off the reservation. So here we go, trying to turn this corner. Enemy Fletcher is getting worked on by everybody. We can take him down, that'd be very nice. He did go dark, probably concealed in his own smoke. Come on, where are you? I just take a shot in the dark, wild ass guess, a whack, and... oh, boom! 2 connect, 1 pen, 1 overpen for like, I don't know, 2,500 points of damage. But the Fletcher is gone! Sweet, so that only leaves 1 little scumbag DD left. Oh, 2 Neptunes, I see, 2 Neptunes. They could be nasty with their 10-kilometer torpedoes and their high damage with their AP rounds. Even though you can get angled, But we want to take the down. He is lighting his smoke. He's still moving. I see you. Fire front guns, fire the rear guns, volley fire, and boom, 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 boom. Devastating strike. Double citadel. Good night, Neptune. Excelente. That leaves one Neptune left. There are his torpedoes coming in for our boys. Nice. TY Kurfürst. You're welcome. Skull to the Vikings. All my little Danes and my little Scandinavian friends. Skull, Salantia, back at you. Now there is the other Fletcher, exactly. He was an A. I do have him selected for my secondary guns. I want to try to work on him. I want to try to also swing my rear turrets back to pop him. But oh, there are incoming torpedoes from the Neptune that I just popped. And there is the Kurfürst right in front of me. Enemy Currywurst right in front. Gotta train my front guns on him. There are little indicators everywhere for torpedoes. And I am gonna eat one on the rear flank. That's okay, I don't mind. I'm gonna keep on puttering forward now. I do pop my hydro, yeah. Skull's asking if I got my hydro going, so of course, right in my messed up Scandinavian language, yerd. You'll see here. Hilarious, yerd. Oh, damn! Skull just annihilated himself. The other Neptune, and oh, look at that. Montana, rear turrets, best turrets, fire on the Monty. Front guns fired as well. Volley fire, and 3 citadels connection. Oh my god, 4 citadels on the Montana. Oh my gosh, please blow that smoke away. I want to see that big white hot bar of loving that I just laid on that Montana. Oh, that was just nasty. Oh, there's a Yamato coming in. I now have my secondary batteries focused on that Yami. Now I was thinking about going into that little zone. Oh, there's the other Montana. Oh my goodness, my little spidey senses were tingling. I didn't want to go into that zone because I was kind of fearing getting flanked by that Yami, the Montana, and the Kurfürst. Unfortunately, I think Skull is in too deep, and that's all they can do. So now I'm going to try to round this island head and put some shots onto this Kurfürst, who looks like he might be continuing further. Oh, I hope Skull can hang on. The Yami, man, she is a tough mamma jamma, can definitely overmatch the front of that Missouri. So I don't know, hopefully there are a little DD. Hopefully Zach can maybe pop that Yami. But oh, there is the Kurfürst, who is now stopped waiting for me to cross the T. He fires his front guns. I fired mine back at him, and ba-bink, ba-bink, ba-bink. Ooh, 9,400 points of damage. I will take that. I will also shoot down your spotter aircraft and send them into the mountains. Nice. Secondary batteries are now, of course, locked on the Kurfürst, the only one else I can shoot at, and I start a fire. He has now come to a stop, and so too am I. I am slowing down. Want to angle to that 60 degrees or so for that auto bounce, because I'm also worried about that Montana coming in. Skull, in the meantime, did get popped by the Yamato, and only 2,200 points of damage, 4 bounces. Sometimes you're going to see some of the dispersions just kind of wonko, because she is German, which doesn't make any sense to me. German make great stuff, and yet these guns sometimes are just cross-eyed. But anyway, I am kind of slowed. I'm paying attention. Where is everybody else behind me? Who is behind me? Friendlies, enemies? Where is that damn Montana? I want that Montana to show up so then I can figure out what I want to do. Now I am going to aim for underneath this turret. There goes one of my front turrets. Oh, incapacitated. All 4 bounce. This is before I had preventative maintenance captains. So one of my turrets gets knocked out. Voila, there you go. Granted, we are in close quarters combat right now. So, I don't know if preventative maintenance would have mitigated that any much more. But I did lose the turret. This is before preventive maintenance, and there you go, confirmation bias, right? Anyway, where is that damn Montana? Second turret is now locked and loaded. I will fire onto this Kurfürst into the superstructure and see if I can get a citadel and knock down one of his turrets. I have no idea where that citadel was. It was on top of his turret, I guess. I guess that is the citadel, so who knew? Who knew, man? And there is the Montana, the floating citadel herself. Kurfürst backing up, Montana steaming in. Looks like the Montana is now slowing down. All right, here we go. Fire front guns on the Montana. I can't overmatch her bow, but I can knock out one of her turrets for a time. Now this is it. Big boy pants, and boom. Look, did you see where I was aiming? I was aiming into the superstructure, and of course all those shells went right into her side and ricocheted and bounced and went after a flipper. All right, big boy pants time. It's time to move on in. I am not about the ram, especially in this ship. I can live and take some of these bad boys down with me. I'm going to steam right through them. I'm going to kind of angle towards the Kurfürst and try to then swing around on that juicy side of that Montana. Fire into the superstructure, and 8,100 points of damage. Again, the dispersion is kind of wonko. 2 pens, but 4 over pens as well. All right, secondary batteries are trained on the Montana. Like I said, I'm going to swing around. I want to get onto that juicy side of that Monty while showing just the wee bit of chin to this Kurfürst and just hopefully bink on the Montana. Kurfürst is aiming. He's hopefully going to try to get onto my side. That's what he's wanted to do. He fires his rear turrets. Oh, 8,000. Fires his front turrets. Boom, boom. Oh, bing. Nice. Haha. Front turrets loaded to mine. Knock out one of the Monty's guns. Excellent day. Look at that speed going all the way. Rear turrets, best turrets, coming into alignment. Zoom out just a wee bit to get a little bit of angle down and fire! Boom, boom! Double citadel. Good night, Montana. High caliber. You done, mate. Oh, you hear that glass shattering? That was the Montana. Oh, tally-ho. I was going to swing around to work on the Kurfürst behind me to try to help our Montana, which I was thinking, he might be able to hang with them. But then, woe is me, I see a Des Moines and the Missouri in front of me showing me some chin. Front guns are loaded, so I'm going to swing out just a wee bit. Fire the front guns. Come on, Missouri. Let me see ya. Citadel. And I knock at his engine for the Confederate. Swinging my rear around. Oh, he's firing on me. That's probably not a good idea. I can get some punishment taken from these guys. And bing. Boom! Good night, Missouri. All right, I'm about dead. I am burning. Help me, Tom Cruise. I don't think you can. Fire my front guns, hopefully, on this Des Moines. Maybe pop him before I die. Monty. Oh, and I am dead. And I do pop the Des Moines, but not a good night shot. And in the meantime, our Monty, I left to the devices of that Kurfürst, actually got annihilated by one of the Yamatos. Wow. Now, if I was smart captains, or if I wanted to extend my life just a wee bit longer, I probably should have just actually continued with the turn and worked on that Kurfürst and slid right through that gap there and cycled back through with my rest of my fleet. But I saw that Des Moines, I saw that Missouri, and I just wanted to pop them. And I did. I popped one of them, but unfortunately I ended up dying. But I felt that at that point, though, it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up. You know, some captains, they like for the survivability, they want to stay afloat for the rest of the game, but I just couldn't pass it up. I would have liked to, of course, kill this Kurfürst right here, Mr. Rad. But I thought, maybe our Monty could handle him, but I guess not. But my oh my, 275,500 points of damage in the tier 10 Kurfürst, up for 4 kills and 10 citadels, 217 secondary strikes, a Confederate devastating strike, and high caliber, plus 2 scout aircraft as well. Nice. But 275, cha-ching. To finish, tops of the chest with 2,522 base XP. Not too bad. Not bad at all. Good job to the other boys, Zath and Skull. Good job, guys. And in the detail report, pretty basic. 117 shots fired, AP rounds, 70 landed for 211,000 points of damage. Secondary batteries looked at about 50% hit rate, 436 fired, 217 landed for 26,500 straight up damage, but via the fires off of 3 fires, 38,000. Very, very nice. That is 64,500 points of damage just from my secondaries. But wow, over 200 off of my main guns. Cha-ching. Almost 1,000 off that Monty. 89 we'll call it off that Kurfürst. Yum. And after Texas, with the premium account in the tier 10 economy, 204,000 credits. Not too bad. With only a standard account though, 34. So that just shows you guys just got to score 275,000 points of damage, kill a bunch of people, and you too can make some money. So anyway, we will roll right into our next replay, which will be a mini one, a slightly condensed replay. Of course, that match sees us top tier. Look at that though. We are top tier by a fair margin. I see a lot of 8s rolling around. Excellent. Alright, well, we're actually going to fast forward just a wee bit, because not much really happens in this one. Our team decides to go lemming on into A, and like I've said before, that an A approach can work with this map. It is very difficult, but it can happen. Along the way, I take a couple of pot shots at, I think, an Iowa and the enemy Kurfürst, Do pop the Kurfürst a couple times along the way for 12 and 13k, and I think I hit the Iowa for about 8 or so. I racked up some alright damage numbers already, but you can see their fleet decided to go into the C cap, push the BC, and now the rest of ours is over here at A, and the majority of our guys are now unable to actually engage the enemy fleet, so we're going to now have to divide and conquer, huh? Can we do that? I don't know. That's always a tough one. In the meantime, though, their enemy Kurfürst succumbed to some fires, and of course the barrage from the Des Moines. We all know how nasty that ship can be when she gets a hold of you. And so I'm turning back in to help our northern fleet out. We have one battleship, a DD, our only DD left. I figured this is probably the best place for me to make my stand. Now normally I'd probably try to push through this gap right here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try to swing out and around and hopefully create a new front with our friendly battleship is doing a bow-on maneuver. Hopefully if I can swing out and join him, I can instill in him some confidence that we can sail on to victory. And what better way to instill some confidence by shooting at, say, a tier 8 Megami who was backing up around 13 kilometers away. I don't know, does that sound pretty good? Fire full effect, take out a mountain goat, and hopefully take out double Citadel devastating strike. Good night, Megami. Oh, there goes one of the fire spammers now off the board. I can already hear our battleship going, thank you, thank you. Now there was an enemy Shimakaze and a Kutuzov who was trying to shoot me from 18 kilometers away. Good luck to you, mate. The Kutuzov is a good ship, but why pick on me? Why though, huh? Oh, enemy Bismarck coming in to bang Alabama, and I do believe there was an Iowa that was around there beforehand. And of course there were some more tier 8 fire spammers. I know there's at least one more Megami rolling around here somewhere. I gotta worry about that Shima though. I'm turning in now. Let us join the fray. Hopefully I can inspire my BB to come with me. Our little Z-23 is out in no man's land. He's getting tracked down by the Bismarck, probably within Hydra range. I gotta worry about that Shimakaze though. That is the number one threat to me. I do have my fighter aircraft and I do have my Hydro. I tickled that Alabama, just not as hard as I wanted to. Oh, there is the enemy Iowa. Excellent. Let's start moving in now. We're gonna close the distance on this Biz. That Iowa. Kutuzov is still shooting at me for some reason, you little scumbag. Alright, secondaries unloading on the Bismarck. Nice, nice. He is stopping, going full bow-on maneuver. Okay, oh, there was somebody else. Was that a Megami? Megami number 2, maybe? And the Iowa is still moseying on in there. Oh, here we go. Fire into the superstructure. Come on, we could hit some good damage here. And, oh, 89 hit. Oh, there's the other Shima. Oh, enemy Shima. And there were his torpedoes. Oh, excellent. Oh, my goodness. The sigh of relief is real. All right, rear turrets firing on this Alabama. Hopefully you can maybe tickle him in a bad way. Got my secondaries on that Shimakaze. There's one, there's 2 sets of enemy Shimatorps. Excellent. Hey, that means I am probably now safe to go in and charge these boys down. Unfortunately, I didn't tickle that Alabama as hard as I want. Oh, there is a Megami. Fire on the Iowa, who's broadside. Please, 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 Citadel. And oh, only 4,000 points of damage. Ooh, that should have been 40 in a reef. Come on, come on. Still have my secondaries focused on that Shima, but he has now disappeared, so now let's reorient my guns to the Bismarck. Now here we go, that Megami is sitting broadside to me. He is, oh my god, look at that. Now this is the trick, captains. With that priority target, enemy ships can determine how many people are targeting them, so I want to keep my target off of him until my guns are loaded so I can fire on him and hopefully delete him. And, oh, one overpan for 1,300 points of damage. Now this is a bug in the replay. I do have the Bismarck selected. I have my secondaries going at these guys as well because I want that Megami to feel safe. I want to say, oh yeah, I can still sit broadside. He's not targeting me, so I'm just going to fire spam this guy. And I'm going to wait. I have 5 seconds left from my guns to reload. All right, now I have the Megami selected for reals. He knows it. You can see he's getting on the gas just a little bit. I fire my front 2 guns and oh, Citadel, 18,000 points of damage. Oh, that is definitely going to make him run away from the pain because he does not like that at all. Iowa got in just a little bit jiggy. He's getting close. He is now stopped. I thought he might go for a ram, so I definitely got on the gas, but here we go, here we go. Time to crop. Oh, look at that. He thinks he's going to get a full broadside on me. Oh, the plans of mice and men get wrecked. Oh my god, 5 Citadels. Devastating strike. Good night, Iowa. That was what, like 54,000 points of damage off of 5 citadels. Oh my goodness gracious. That is obscene. Secondary's going to town on this Bismarck, who was in a full French mode, firing his HE at me. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey, good night. Go. Good night, Bismarck. Oh, burned him down through my secondaries. Oh, that was outrageous. 5 citadels. Devastating strike. I tell you, captains, you put on your big boy pants and you could find the right situations like this one, like the replay before, and of course like the highlights that's shown. Oh my word, this too can happen to you. I got this damn Kudus out who is still shooting at me. That's all these HE shells have been coming in. The Amagi, the tier 8 Japanese battleship, I'm looking to maybe pop him one. Now, every ship has their anti-ship, and for me, like for the Bayern, it was the Hotland. I just could not do anything bad to Atlantis. And my Kurfürst, my bane, my kryptonite is enemy Amagis, man. Look at this. I fire on this Amagi, perfect broadside, and only 6,900 points of damage, 2 overpens, 1 pen, but no citadels. Where was the deletion level event? I don't know. Enemy torpedoes from that Shima, I guarantee, came in and they popped our battleship one just a little bit, but oh my god, look at this Amagi. He's working on me. I'm working on him with my secondaries at least. Front guns are about reloaded again. This should be just, here's one long, beautiful ship full of citadels. Look at that dispersion, though. Only 1 hits for an overpan. The other, just 5 of them went right into the water. That was just that was just frustrating. I do earn high caliber along the way because of my secondary batteries, thank you. Oh yeah, look at our Iowa. He ate a lot of shipment torpedoes right there. And this Amagi is burning. Oh, got the Confederate through my secondaries. Muchas gracias, boys. And that's all she wrote for this replay. Not much else happens. I think I take a Shima Torp here and there, but the game ends. I do live, and we do win. Ausgezeichnet. Wunderbar. Yes, for the Wunderkind. Well, she's not a Kind anymore. She is a tier 10. But look at that. 190,000 points of damage. With the 3 kills, 8 citadels, 108 secondary strikes for Dreadnought, Confederate, high caliber, and devastating strike times 2. And of course, we finished that game, tops of the shots, with 2,000 base XP in the tier 10, but mostly tier 8 matchup. So not a bad XP day. Of course, we didn't get any caps though. We couldn't stop on that last one to get the cap bonus, but what are you gonna do? And in the detail report, again, pretty basics for these bad boys. 180 AP shots fired, 51 landed for 172,000 points of damage off of 51 hits. Oh, that should have been more though. That Amagi should have been toast right away. And that Iowa, who I had nuked later, I should have nuked earlier. But it's all good. Secondary battery's not as good as the first game. 352 shots fired, 108 landed for just over 10,000 points of damage straight up off of 2 fires though, only 7k, so not a lot of secondary damage in that match. But I didn't get in closer to these guys for too long, especially that Iowa. Again, I know, beating that dead horse, but that was beautiful. I love it, and I want more of it. And of course, after taxes with the premium count, now here we go, kids. Feast your eyes on the tier 10 economy with a premium account, tier 10, 81,000 credits earned with just a standard account, and I do live minus 54,000 credits. Oh my god. Oh. What is that? Oh, welcome to tier 10, scrub. I don't want no scrubs. Oh, come on. Alright, captains, well, that was the German Navy's Tier 10 battleship, Großer Kurfürst, aka the Gruber, the Hans Gruber. My oh my, captains, I think you can guess already how I feel about this ship, and that is just love at first sight. This thing just fit like a glove as soon as I get in her, and there are some ships that are like that. As soon as you get in it, it's just love at first sail, and the Kurfürst was it for me. She is my go-to Tier 10 ship. Yeah, pretty much. If I'm going to play tier 10s, I think I would most likely want to play the Kurfürst over anybody else. The Kebab is still great. She's got some new things that I'm hopefully going to showcase here in the near future, but the Kurfürst is just excellent. She's just a brawler. She can take a beating and keep on ticking and keep on dishing out the pain in bunches. Look at some of these score screens. It's just outrageous. this is games that I only wish I could have on a routine and a consistent basis in my Yamato, but I just can't do it. I just can't. The Yami and I, we just, it's rough. But this Kurfürst, her and I, we make some beautiful music together, at least music that I'm enjoying, and so hopefully maybe you guys enjoyed some of the beats yourself. Well, Captains, I hope you all enjoyed the video and learned a little bit about the beauty that is the Tier 10 Kurfürst. And as always, maybe how not to make this beauty work. But in any case, I thank you all for watching. So until next time, Captains, I will see you all in game. Have fun. Fair seas.